Well, hey gang, Wolfman is here with Luna, and we are at Mud Lake Conservation Area, just outside of Port Colborne. And we were itching for a little adventure. All right, Luna, let's go check out Mud Lake. It's been so many years since I've been here, I forget how beautiful it is. And truth be told, I'm not sure I've ever actually walked here before. It's usually on a mountain bike. It's telling me something. Yeah, if you get a chance, if you are a cyclist and come through here, make sure you get in touch with Short Hills Mountain Biking Club. Great group. They help maintain the trails for everyone's enjoyment, including mine. So thank you. I used to do that. But my aversion to poison ivy and my predilection for solo rides versus with groups changed that. I'm a bit of a loner. Much prefer a quiet day out with the dog or a ride on my own. What about you, people that are watching? You prefer groups or kind of doing things on your own? Over here is the infamous Mud Lake. Look at these beautiful colors that we have. Just stunning. Wow, so lucky. It's kind of funny, it's not being on a mountain bike. We can stop and explore some of these little side trails. And looks like sometimes people have been fishing down there. Hey, what do you think? Old bridge to nowhere. Wow. It's an oldie but a goodie, whatever it was for. Mud Lake. What do you think, girl? Kind of fun? Well, one of the things I do not like about this area is people coming in on their motorcycles. It's a conservation area too, just past us. They were kind enough, but they really shouldn't be here. I mean, this is meant for walking and mountain biking, and I remember doing trail maintenance in the past here. One of the big things we had to deal with was filling in the ruts from all the motorcycles. Oh wow. Time for a beautiful moment stop.
The reeds bend low, they whisper your name. Mud Lake sighs, a mirror of flame. The maples bleed red, the oaks hold their gold. The air tastes of secrets half spoken, half told. Mud Lake in the fall, where the wild geese call, leaves drift, hearts shift under sky so small. Mud Lake in the fall, hear the quiet drawl of the earth breathing slow, where the shadows crawl. The trail twists tight, roots snag your pace.
Wow, it's just wild to think that in a matter of literally 5 minutes of walking, we're in a completely different kind of landscape. Lots of cedar trees, and some spruce, and the deciduous has almost disappeared on this side. Pretty cool. Pretty neat. Love the tree cover. It's definitely going to take us a little further away from the lake. Well, that's okay. Pretty sure this is the way we used to take on our bikes. Yeah, for sure it is. I remember this spot right here. Conditions are actually really good right now. This is often just a mud, you know, just a terrible muddy area. And we're going downhill now, but usually when we do the loop, we go the other way. So we're coming up this hill, and it is a beast. I can't really see it on the camera, I'm sure. But this clay mud, when it's slick, and right now it's great. Perfect. Surprised we're not seeing more bikes out. If I was in better shape, a little more conditioned, I would be on my bike for sure. Other thing I remember about this place, we're gonna have to do tick checks. This is a very tick infested place. And poison ivy, as I mentioned earlier, but I don't really see a lot right now, so. Either things are changing or the trail maintenance really has an impact. We should be getting close to the water now. And Linnington looks thirsty. I have lots of water, but she might appreciate a sip of her own, hey, from the river. Here's a cool little place. Got a canopy over top of us, which in the summer would probably be beautiful. And you can't see it through there, but we're pretty close to the canal, eh? And we just saw our first set of hikers. Try not to film people out of respect for them, but they had a poodle and came up from the canal walk. So who knows? Maybe we'll get some footage. Maybe we'll stay completely in the bush. I'm not sure. You'll know when we know. And for those that don't know about the Welland Canal, this is an amazing thing. It connects all the Great Lakes from the St. Lawrence Seaway out in the Atlantic all the way through the Great Lakes, and then you can carry on if you want to into the into the Missouri River. And it is quite the feat to think that you can get between all the Great Lakes. And this canal is what makes it all possible. So much trade. And if you've never seen a laker, they're very similar to the big tankers that you see on the ocean. A little different, a little smaller, but carrying goods to families all over Canada and the US. Pretty cool. Well, one of the things you see a lot of in these marshy areas are trees down. And as you can see through this section, there's quite a number of them over the years. These aren't new. Most of them are. This one's pretty new. Pretty freshly cut. But areas like this that have to be cleared. And again, just such a great shout out to the Short Hills Mountain Biking Club for taking such good care so everybody like us can enjoy it. Just really, really nice. Luna agrees. All right, this is a path that we've often come up sometimes, depending on the route we take, and exited sometimes in this as well. And you can see again what I'm talking about, these ruts that are caused by the bikes. And those all have to be, you know, taken care of in the spring, sometimes in the fall, but mostly in the spring and the summer. But where we're walking it to now is the actual canal trail. And you'll see a lot more people here. Come here, honey. And of course the canal. Pretty cool. So here's another interesting fact for you that most people don't realize, and they don't even believe you sometimes when you tell them, but all of these hills that we've been exploring, this forested area, right, which is completely hilly terrain, especially when you get down a little further, and it's all man-made. This whole beautiful park is thanks to them digging out that seaway. I mean, a long time ago, obviously. Digging it out and making it accessible to all of us. That's pretty cool. Think of those hundreds, maybe even thousands of workers clearing out that canal. And then this beautiful area is the result. Pretty cool. Okay, there's a little side trail here. It's not the best. I do want to be careful because sometimes the vines that you see growing on the trees actually aren't, you know, regular grapevines or others. They are poison ivy. And poison ivy likes to creep. So, kind of neat to find an area like this. Look at this old boardwalk and stairs, which are no longer used. I've never seen these before, and I guess, again, going so fast on my bike, hey, you gotta slow down. Sometimes you just gotta slow down. One thing I'm going to do when I get home for sure is have a shower, because that right there is the enemy. That's our good friend Poison Ivy. As you can see, I'm wearing shorts. And you got about 8 hours to have a shower and scrub that all off before you have trouble. So let's keep exploring. Well, this is pretty neat. An old bench. Just an old bench with nothing to see. Well, as we're walking along and moving through Poison Ivy, I'll give you another tip, and this is one I learned from a video online, that eugenol, which is the oil that causes all the problems from the plants. See, there's some more hiding down in there. Hello, Poison Ivy. Depending on how it's growing or what it's growing on, it'll have a slightly different look, but trust me, it all does the same thing. But the tip to be able to deal with it is Dawn dish soap. Oh, and a scrubby. I don't know if you guys heard that. I was talking about the trees falling. One just fell down in the forest over here. Got Lynn's attention too. Wow. So, stay on the trails, I guess is the name of the game. Anyways, back to Poison Ivy. Dawn dish soap and a scrubby, and scrub the hell out of it. You know, those new plastic scrubbies they have, the really colorful ones, those are really good. And again, you got about 8 hours. So if you're out having a hike, don't panic, don't freak out that you have to go home and shower right away. You got about 8 hours, but just make sure you do. And I'm extremely susceptible to poison ivy rashes. And since learning that secret, I've never once had an outbreak. And I get them bad, so I know it works. Hopefully that tip will help somebody watching this video. Because you got to get out and enjoy this beautiful kind of place, right? Well, would you look at that? One of the kind people that was clearing out the trail here made a nice little bench out of these fallen logs so somebody can take a break. That's pretty sweet. Well, here we are getting another break in the trail, and I got colors. So apparently we have blue, which is easy, which is the one we're on, and then red. So that's blue, and that's red. So let's go have a little look at red, shall we? I'm not sure if I've ever actually gone down this trail. Pretty. Doesn't look very red. Oh, I think what this one does is it goes through some of the scrubland. I guess we'll find out in a minute. I forget what kind of tree this is. I'm gonna have to look it up. I remember the first time I saw it, it's got the biggest leaves. It's very typical to be found in a Carolinian forest, which I think some of this classifies as. Let me know in the comments if I'm correct or if I'm wrong, and I'm pretty sure it is. And I don't mind being wrong, so let me know if I am. Oh, beautiful trail so far, and again, just in such a short space how it shifts from deciduous into these cypress and spruce, and just really cool. Just such a short distance. Luna's looking off this way. It's a game trail that looks like it leads into a little pond. Hey, maybe some beavers. Luna hasn't spotted it yet, but we found a little guy which we're going to move off the trail, because with these motorcycles all around, eh? Look at this little guy. How beautiful is that? Just a little baby turtle. You've never seen one before, have you? Right? Little turtle. Oh, what do you think? He's all tucked up inside of his shell now. And there he is. He's still all tucked up. We're gonna get him off the trail and keep him safe. Look at how beautiful the colors are underneath. Just shockingly beautiful, eh? And the only reason we found this because we took a little side trail. It was humming and hawing. This one's not marked, but it comes down more in the marshy areas. What kind of turtle is this? You tell me. Is that a painted turtle? I don't think so. It's a pretty green shell. Not very painted, but the color on the skin is absolutely stunning. What do you think, Luna? You're not so sure, eh? Let's just get him off the trail. There we go. You be safe. Well, which way to go, eh, girl? We can go that way, We can go that way, or we can go back the way we came. I think we're gonna go this way, because that's gonna take us further in. Wow, most of the trees we've seen in here have been pretty shrubby. Small, you know, cypress and spruce, but look at that beauty. What a gorgeous tree. What kind of tree is that? Tallest one we've seen. Really pretty. Is that a spruce? I'm not very good with my tree IDs, but it is pretty. Wow. Well, what on earth is this strange little plant? Look, the whole thing's gone yellow. I've never seen anything like this before. You know what it is? I don't. Beautiful though. But look, yellow all the way up and down. Pretty punchy. Yeah, really nice little walk in here. What a pleasant day. I think it's about 22 or 23 degrees Celsius. They were calling for some rain, but that seems to have held off for a bit. It's great. I mean, Luna and I usually, we're obviously, you've seen our videos, all kinds of camping. It's backcountry or kayak or car camping or winter camping. And there's obviously always a lot of work involved with that. And you get the hikes in. But it is nice once in a while just to have a day hike, just to get out. Not have to worry about all the mechanics of setting up camp and taking it down. Cooking, sometimes just going for a walk. I'm glad we did today. If you're in the Niagara region and you say, why on earth would I go to Port Colborne? Maybe this will be a spot you come to. If you're a mountain biker, you probably already know about it. But if you're someone that just wants a nice walk and you're in the area, it's definitely very peaceful and beautiful this time of year. So, hope you enjoyed the hike with Luna and I.